friends, welcome to my channel and to day 12 of Spellbinders, 13 Days of Craftoween. And let's see what they have in store for us today. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is pretty fun. This is super cute. All right, so I have everything cut out. I have used, of course, black cardstock with some accents of black glitter cardstock from the Onyx Treasure cardstock pack. And a couple of little touches of color wheel cardstock terracotta. The steam that is coming out of the pot out of vellum paper. This die set comes with 3 different sizes of these puffs of steam, and I just simply lined up some white vellum, black vellum, and blue vellum and die cut them all at once. It's nice and thin. One pass in the die cutter and all of this was cut. Before I start assembling anything else, the first thing I'm going to do is add some Tombow adhesive. The thick portion of this die cut is the bottom of the rim, so I'm going to add some dots of adhesive right along the bottom. I'm also going to add adhesive to the top of the rim. Just let it sit on there to dry. And now I can go ahead and start the assembly process. So the first thing that I'm going to do is adhere the handles to the pot. Back to my regular adhesive for this. And there we go. And I'm going to add the black glitter striping. I've got that upside down. The black glitter striping to the legs. And then there are 2 etch lines, one at the top, so the narrowest portion of this die cut will be adhered directly to the pot, and then the widest portion, also with an etch line, is where the shoes will be attached. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the glitter shoes first. And then the pot sits on top like that. That is so cute. So the other thing that you could do is put the witch's legs coming out of the pot. That's another option. There we go. Well, that's drying. I'm going to attach the skull, and it's going to sit on top of a black glitter cardstock. And then we have a bone and stir stick. So let's see if this is tacky. So I'm going to go ahead and start layering on all of this steam. I'm going to begin with black die cut. The blue one. And then I've got these smaller pieces. I'm going to add just a couple of little dots of Tombow. Trying to get it on nice and thin. Vellum does not react well with anything that is wet, so I've made sure that I've put that on very, very thinly. Let this dry. That one's already translucent, so I'm going to tack the medium-sized steam onto this one. Should have done this to begin with. I'm just spreading it out thin so it will dry quickly. Today I am going to make a treat bag. So I have this white craft bag. It is 3.5 inches wide and 7 inches tall. So I'll fold it back up. And the first thing that I'm going to do is stencil on some clouds, a cloudy background for this pot to sit on. I am going to create a little bit of a border, so I'm going to use my grid to help me. I don't know why I did that. To help me do this. So I'm going to mask it off at 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And I am using Post-it note tape. I love using this for masking. Whatever you're stenciling, it will hold it securely, and when it's time to remove it, it will come away cleanly. No abrasions on your paper. I kind of see through this thing. I don't think it's completely square. That's better. And so when I use lots of this tape, I actually reuse it again. This is not, you can definitely see through this, so you can get an idea of how wide your border is going to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am going to be working with black soot, faded jeans, these are Distress Oxide inks, and Hero Arts Unicorn White Pigment ink. So the first thing that I'm going to do is create just a soft blue background, and some of the impressions are coming through from the folds of the bag, but that's okay because we're going to be stenciling over top of it. I have cut stencil just out of white cardstock using one of the dies from the Landscape Edges die set, which includes an edging of grass, one of a hillside, and of course I'm using the cloud one. So I'm just going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to, as I go up, I'm going to be repositioning it to get different profiles. I'll start off by applying black soot all the way up the bag. I'm going to do the same thing again, except this time I'm going to go back to the faded jeans. And finally, I'm going to finish up with some white. And there's our cloud background completed. And you'll notice how easily the Post-it note is removed from the bag. I'm going to hang on to these and use them again. I have this thing about waste. Here we go. This is dry now. You can see it is translucent, so I'll go ahead and line up the rim to this etch line that is on the pot. And now I'll add in some of the cute accessories that came with this set. I am going to adhere these with glue dots. Bone. And slipping that down in between. And then finally, the skull. The suggested sentiment is have a treat-filled night, so we'll go for that. Have a treat-filled night. There you are. Okay. I'm applying black memento ink. I want the impression to be crisp and black, so I'm applying it a couple of times. Just another added bonus of having a stamping platform. I'm going to add in some bats hovering above this spooky brew. These bats are cut with the Day 11 set. So let's go ahead and adhere this. And I'm not going to pop it up. Probably will be making a few more of these, so I want them to be able to lay flat until I'm ready to fill them with goodies. Bit of adhesive at the top of the bone and the top of the stirring stick. Give that just a few seconds. Okay, friends, there you have it. This is day 12 already of Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and we have one day left. Join me tomorrow, and as always, I appreciate your visit. And I have to say, I'm getting pretty excited about Halloween. I can't wait to use all of these goodies with the treats that I'm going to be giving out to the kiddos. See you tomorrow, friends.